Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are here today with our APA Week 6 game. We're taking on Ultra Player, coach of the Philadelphia Soldier. Now, this is a pretty important game because basically what happened, first off, if you didn't notice, we didn't upload APA last week. There was an impromptu bye week because a lot of coaches were extremely behind on games, on top of the fact that Panther also had his new baby. So congratulations to Panther, of course. Very, very proud of you. As a good pal of Panthers, I am extremely proud. And on top of that, it was also that just a lot of coaches were behind in games. There were so many behind games, so we decided to do a bye week for uploads to let people catch up. So that obviously helped. A lot of people are caught up now. So yeah, I had already played this game early though. I played this game like probably right before the announcement was. Actually, no, I played it like a couple days after because Josh pushed it back. He was like, "Yeah, we're playing Sunday. Let's push it back a couple days." And since I had stuff, so I was like, "Okay, why not?" Regardless though, I played it pretty early, and this is also a really important game because a few people forfeited out, just because land's kind of shit. So because of this, we ended up having a very, very updated playoff race. People who forfeited out were both Jambad, who was our Week 8 opponent. Weeks 9 and 10 got cut from the schedules on top of this, and also, to add more to it, Nate forfeited out, who was another person who played a fair bit of people, or a couple people at least, that I was still in definite contention with for that last spot. To put into perspective, Nate's last 2 weeks, even after the week cut, were against Patty and against Moet. And Patty especially, I am in contention with right now, because Patty, before this week, I believe, that puts Patty at, so that puts Patty at 2 and 4. And while that may not seem like a lot, if we take his Week 7 game, or his Week 6 game, his Week 7 game, he could still go 4 and 4, which could still be threatening to me. Anyone with four losses or less would be threatening at this point, because I'm 3 and 3, and I could obviously get undercut by those people if I don't win out. So it is pretty scary. If I need to win both my game against Josh and my game against Joey to really have a chance at playoffs. So yeah, luckily we did play Jam, so that was a forfeit win. But to be fair, it also kind of sucks because, like I learned in APA-LC, depending on the matchup, I could have probably beaten Jam's roster at least. He really didn't have a lot of Zard answers for G-Max Zard. His only real counterplay to it would have been like the G-Max Snorlax, maybe like a Scarfed Rockslide Gallade, maybe Rindo Toad, I guess, if I'm not already maxed. But even then, like, there was so much pressure that one put on the team, on top of also the fact that his roster just in general, like, it just really was not the best. Copper Ja was insanely hard for Chimp to break, with his best breaks for it are like Toad, Scrafty, and Salazzle, which all match up really badly. So it was a game that I think I could have won by more than 3-0 maybe. Especially with Chimp's season, with Jamfad's season in general this season. It was pretty yikes of a run. I think he got like 1, maybe 2 wins, and I'm pretty sure one of those was a forfeit win. So yeah, he went 1 and 7, and I'm pretty sure his game versus Viv was a forfeit win, but I could be wrong in that as far as I'm aware, though they didn't play. So I think I could have definitely won by more, so it does suck, because again, it means I'm really, really stressed to win out my games. If I do win out, I should honestly be fine. Even before the updates, I believe I would be around like 9th, 10th seed at this point. I could be wrong. But regardless though, it is definitely a lot more make or break for playoffs. So this is a very, very important game. I do want to thank Ben, as always. Ben is a phenomenal help with teams. Ben did help again this week with our build, unlike the Zazo build last week. Ben was around this week. So massive shout outs to you, Ben. I love all of the help that you do. I genuinely appreciate it. I guess last thing I'll note is look forward to next week's game when we take on Joey. Ben is looking for ways to fit Woobat on the build. Now, I cannot guarantee if it will or will not come, but I can say that we are looking to bringing it. So keep an eye on next week's game. We may or may not be bringing Woobat to our quite literally deciding playoff games, so you know, because why not? Regardless though, our matchup this week, we're taking on Ultra, coach of the Philadelphia Soldier. Other team names you might know him by are, well, to be fair, he has a lot of them. He's the co-coach as well as St. Snow's with me, and also Henry. He has New York Metagross. He has West Virginia Miniors. Too many team names, Josh. Too many team names. Though, to be fair, I think I have like 9, so I can't talk. His roster, though, is a pretty scary roster, to be honest. He has Gmax Hatterene, which, in my opinion, was one of the scariest Gmax mons in general to play against, because outside of Copper Ajah, my team doesn't break it that well. He also has Melmetal, which offensively is really scary, but, well, like, him offensively is really scary, but I offensively beat Melmetal a fair bit, such as Zard, Keldeo, Memo, etc. So it's not too bad, but it's definitely going to be annoying. You'll see some influence from that in the build. Como is here. Como is definitely a terrifying mon. Blastoise is horrendous for me to play against if it sets up. Decidueye is honestly not going to be that big of a deal. Heliolisk is going to be pretty annoying just in general. Excelgor, I don't see coming personally. I think that I have too much to take advantage of it, but he might bring it. Nice for spikes, but that's really about it. Ice-Q, I refuse to acknowledge it's a Pokemon. I told Josh it's a bad Pokemon. I'm not going to respect it. As Rapidash is next, I somehow respect this mon more than Ice-Q. Believe it or not, I somehow do. And that's, to be fair, based on more of a matchup thing. It's pretty nice just for the mons that could potentially be annoying for Melmetal, such as Gourgeist, which could burn it. Rapidash can handle that. There's also stuff like Copper Ajah, which could take a hit, kind of. And again, Rapidash can handle that. So it is kind of nice for those sort of mons. But it's still not a good mon. Rhydon, it's a decent mon this format, just not in this matchup. I have way too much for it. And Skuntank, it's honestly not a bad mon in this matchup. Of the lower 5, it's probably the one I expect the most. But I think the first 6 are the ones that come, if I'm being completely honest. Regardless, though, first mon on the roster is Mamoswine. We're bringing Earthquake this week because last week we brought Band, and it kind of fucked us. If we didn't bring Band, we could have just sharded against Dragapult and then had enough HP for the Gardevoir, which would have been huge. Though Earthblade is still really spammable against this roster, Josh has no flying type in the team. His only resistance would be the Decidueye unless he brings the Ice-Q, which is, as I said, I'm refusing to acknowledge exists this week. So his only switch into this is in terms of ground moves is Decidueye, and everything else gets fucked by Crash. By everything else, I just mean Decidueye. The only mon that can take a hit, well, like, more than one hit would probably be the Ice-Q, but even then, I don't know if it takes an Earthquake after it pops the face. So, yeah, the mon kind of blows through his team. Terrifying for Josh's matchup. It's such a good win con. Next up, we have Alcremie. We're bringing Alcremie again this week with Dazzling Gleam, Encore, Recover, and Mystical Fire. The spread is Eevee just to handle special attackers in general. Stuff like Hatterene gets 1v1 by this. Helios gets recovered on by this. Mystical Fire is great because it helps me manage the Hatterene, especially if it does get a terrain up, because it will always outpace. So if I click Mystical Fire first, even with terrain up, it's at most doing like 60-ish%. And then I can Mystical Fire again. That would be the scariest for me, as terrain is already up, but I could still definitely muscle past for sure. Especially because of my leftovers, I can definitely get around it. If terrain is not up, then I always do beat it 1v1 even if it is already maxed, because I click, for one, I first click Mystical Fire. It's at most now doing, I believe, 40-ish% on the first hit. Then I click Mystical Fire again, and then even with terrain up again, it's doing at most like 40-ish%. So then I get free recover, third turn is over, then even Side Shock isn't doing a lot, so it is a really free mon for getting around stuff like Alcremie. Encore is great because that Smash Blastoise was a very, very scary mon for me, so really, really glad to have this, of course, for that. Once Melmetal goes down, he really doesn't break this. Even the Skuntank doesn't really break it. So this will be a very, very fun mon this game. It'll be really fun to just watch Josh sack Melmetal early on to my lures and then run through. So yeah. Next up, we have Gigantamax Charizard this week with Fire Blast, Hurricane, Solar Beam, and Roost. The spread is designed so that we can creep Como. We can get the Airstream off, and then we guarantee outpace even if he's Scarfed, which is great. He would have to like be Cobra Berry and Autotomize on the Airstream, and then Rock Slide me if you want any chance. Then like just why not Rock Slide me to begin with? Because Autotomize is pretty bad this game in general. The stabs hit phenomenally. Solar Beam is there for the Rhydon. And also for the Blastoise, to be honest, because if it's not spit off Blastoise, it really doesn't shoot that well. So yeah, in general, though, this mod is pretty scary. Roost is here just for recovery. I could have brought Sunny Day with Solar Power. That would have been scarier, but I went with Roost just for longevity, I guess. I'll probably never click either, though, if I'm being honest. So yeah, that's Zard. Next up, we have Copper Ajah with AV this week. The Iron Head, Earthquake, Play Off, and Power Whip. The coverage hits pretty phenomenally against this team. Sheer Force boosted with Adamant, even no attack. 2 KOs most mons on the build, such as Hatterene. It plows through Melmetal with Earthquake. Play Off is great for Como, especially if it tries to switch in Como. My plan is, if I do predict a Como switch in at any point, I'm just going to player off on the switch in to nail it, because then breaking this thing becomes significantly more difficult. In general, though, pretty terrifying mon for Josh to break. And yeah, I mean, I don't think that Rapidash or Rodham will come, so in terms of mons I can reliably break it, it's really just if Blastoise gets set up, at which I can power whip it on the setup, and as long as I don't miss, it's going to do a fuck ton. And then Como. So yeah, this will have a fun matchup this week. Great Hatterene check, because I can actually switch this in on Hatterene, unlike the rest of my team. And I take a hit, even if it's going for max flare, it would need to be like already sun boosted, I guess. Regardless, so I do chew it. 68 speed is for Melmetal, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, I genuinely forget. I'm 99% sure it's for Melmetal speed coop though. So yeah, that's obviously great. Next up, we have Keldeo's Rocky Helmet. This is our Melmetal lure. It's Scald, Rest Talk, Sleep, and Focus Blast. I said Rest Talk and was thinking it was one move. But yeah, we have the 20 speed this week. So the 20 speed on Keldeo, if I'm not mistaken, is just a general no speed creep. Hits 131. Let me actually check in my notes with Ben for that one, because I genuinely do forget this, to be honest. So if we look at our build, the Keldeo speed creep, I believe is just general speed. Yeah, it's just general speed, it looks like. As I said, I genuinely forgot what it was for, if I'm being honest. 244 Fizz Def, Bold, plus 244 HP, though, helps us actually take hits pretty well from Melmetal. To put in perspective, Double Iron Bash, it's an approximate 0.4% chance, meaning he needs an exact max roll both times to actually 2-hit KO us. I'm assuming that the 252 didn't make a difference there. Regardless, though, I do always outpace Melmetal, so even switching it in, I can just click Rest that next turn. And between T-Punch, 2 Bash hits, and then like another T-Punch, even if he does kill me off, and I land like a Rest on my Sleep Talk, it's still going to be at around a third left HP, and that assumes it took no prior chip beforehand. That makes killing Melmetal so much easier this week. But if I click a Focus Blast, then obviously that's great. Now, Ben did note that he put Orisphere on the set, when he put Secret Sword, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he said specifically he put it so then Como doesn't wall with Soundproof, which obviously makes sense. And then, well, he said he had no reason for Soundproof, so he's gonna go with like Bulletproof for Orisphere. And then Focus Blast has a chance to miss, obviously. So, if I do miss and it somehow loses me the game, Ben, I'm sorry in advance for choking your build away. I just did not feel like retexture added in Keldeo just for the Secret Sword form. So, that's my laziness coming right there. Regardless, though, yeah, no, this mon's kind of free this game. Next up, and finally, we have Hydreigon here. With the Expert Belt, we have Nasty Plot, Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, and Flash Cannon. The coverage hits Josh's team perfectly. Flamethrower is here because if Ben mentioned that if Melmetal is going to run a berry, it's probably going to be Shocker Berry, specifically because of the lack of Mamoswine counterplay, and Bash obviously does hit Melmetal. It does hit from Melmetal to Mamoswine phenomenally. So that's obviously pretty... It makes a lot of sense in my opinion. Flamethrower is also great for Decidueye, just because, while obviously Decidueye is going to be preferably hit by a Dark Pulse, we don't have that this week. So it's going to hit Decidueye better in general. It's going to plow through Ice Cube if Flash Cannon for some reason wasn't my click there. But again, I refuse to acknowledge Ice Cube as a mon. Flash Cannon plus Dragon Pulse hit pretty much everything else besides the Melmetal, to be honest, for great damage. The speed is creeping Hydreigon, but not necessarily... yeah, it's pretty much creeping for, let's see, I'm forgetting. So he mentions that it was for aggressively creeping Como, like Como creeping Mamoswine, but the bulk also helps us take 2 Hyper Voices from non-boosted Heliolisk, which is great, because that obviously means that we can plot beforehand, like, and kill something, or even just, like, hit Heliolisk in general for good damage before the boost. Because obviously Dry Skin Flamethrower will do a lot to that. So I'm spacing out a bit, so end of the video. Regardless though, this mod in general is just pretty terrifying. It's probably gonna be like my 6th mod in this game though. The other 5 honestly do so much more here. Yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys in the battle. Until then, peace out, guys.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy AAR20 here with the game portion of our game versus Ultra Player. His roster this week, he decided to bring the Como. Oh. Melmetal. He brought the Aselgor. Hatterene. Gmax. He brought the Heliolisk. And the Blastoise. Okay. So that's pretty much what I expected, except for he didn't bring Decidueye. So he basically brought no actual Keldeo switch other than Nat Como, which is great. That Como is quite literally his only switch in my spread, which helps a ton, honestly. His only hazards are Hatterene and Como. Not Hatterene, Aselgor and Como. His lead is probably honestly going to be Aselgor. I think either way, I lead off with Alcremie, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna lead off with Alcremie. I don't want to lead off with Charizard, even though Charizard could honestly just lead off. If Melmetal leads, I can switch hard into my Keldeo. If Como leads, I'm just gonna honestly click Dazzling Gleam turn 1 because the only switch in is Melmetal, and I do have a really good switch in for that. And I don't mind getting the prediction wrong if it means just killing Como. If Aselgor leads, I'm probably just gonna Mystical Fire it, to be honest. I don't want to necessarily click Encore because I don't want to Encore into Spikes. And again, my guess is he's going to Utrina anyway, so it's not going to really matter. If he doesn't Utrina, he's definitely going for Spikes. But either way, I'm not going to click Encore. I'm just going to click Mystical Fire because the only switcher is Como. And I guess Blastoise, but Blastoise still isn't like losing its special attack, so I'll take that. Good luck and fun to Josh, of course. Best of luck, but I'm hoping I hacks the shit out of you. If I freeze you, Josh, I'll say, oh look, it looks like I'm playing Josh. And we'll have some fun. And oh look, it's another handless battle. I forgot about that. It's fun with texture mods. Okay, so it is lead Aselgor, perfectly fine. I'm just going to click Mystical Fire here because I lose absolutely nothing doing it. He's only really has like Blastoise as a Mystical Fire switching outside of Como. Como would probably be the best one, but that's also not going to switch into an Alcremie hit at all. So Blastoise would be his overall best switch into this mon. Maybe Hatterene comes in? But if Hatterene will take a fair bit from this, so I mean, I really don't mind. His team in general is just not prepped that well for Alcremie. To be fair though, his roster as a whole does not like Alcremie, so I'll take that. He goes for the Spikes turn 1, perfectly expected. He's definitely going to get up 2, guaranteed. Yeah, okay, so he's going to get up a second Spike. Unless he's Citrus. Okay, so he's not Citrus. Perfectly fine. I'm just going to click Mystical Fire. We're going to kill off this. 2 Spikes really doesn't make that big of a deal as long as he doesn't get up Rocks, because Rocks are what really wins Zard the game here. Well, what really loses Zard the game here, I should say. He really can't actually do a lot to this mon, which is great. If he goes hard into Blastoise here, I really don't mind. He's going to definitely still be punished for it, at least. I think that's probably what he's going to go into, though. He might keep this around for late game stack or late game spike setter. He does just go for spikes again. Okay, so he's planning on killing it off. Perfectly fine with that. Alcremie 1-0. Aselgor 0-1. Okay. So, we've already gotten the game to 5-6. Which, well, 6-5, which is great for us. Aselgor was always coming, I guess, as fodder, so I don't really take that with, like, a lot. It's not like if we killed Como, for example, or if we killed, like, Melmetal. So it's not huge, but with 2 spikes up, that Melmetal will be a lot easier to play around. My guess is that he's probably going to go for a Double Iron Bash on us if it comes in, which means I can go hard Keldeo. Even if a T-Punch goes off, it's not going to kill us, which is great. So I'll definitely take that. In terms of what he goes into here, probably just goes hard into Melmetal. I don't see any reason to go into anything else, because Alcremie gets Mystical Fired into then just not doing enough damage back to us. Yeah, okay, so he does go into Melmetal. I was gonna say, Como obviously is fodder. Helios gets 1v1, and same as Blastoise, actually. So we're just gonna go hard Keldeo here. Sorry, Ben, by the way, if you're watching this. I put back on Oris here. I know you said the Secret Sword was better, so that way then Como didn't hard switch in. Truthfully, I didn't feel like texture editing, if I'm gonna be honest. I just didn't feel like retexture editing. But it also, I mean, it hits Melmetal a ton harder, so I'll take that. Okay, so yeah, no, he's gonna take a lot of helmet damage. Okay, perfect. So this is definitely a pretty not offensive Melmetal if he did that little after spikes. My guess is he's Assault Vest. Melmetal. So double Iron Bash. Okay, so actually, that could have been a oh you know what? This is level 100. Okay. Yeah, okay, so he's definitely not banded. He might be like Assault Vest. Regardless, even Assault Vest should still do half. I'm just gonna click Scald because that still does a fair bit. I could get the burn. Como will probably be the switch in here anyway, so I really don't mind. Double Iron Dash. Okay, so Hatterene comes in. I'm perfectly fine scalding that as well. We could maybe get a burn on Hatterene. We do have a really good switch into this as well, but obviously burn chip is helpful. Okay, so yeah, he's going to go for that. Luckily, we have Assault Vest on our Copper Jaw, so I'm just gonna go hard into Copper Jaw here. He's definitely not banded Melmetal, which is great to know for later. We can maybe take... I don't know if I want to harden the Keldeo on Melmetal again, but we definitely take a Bash at least. We took like around 60, so that would line up with like a non-banned Calc. At least like a bulky non-banned, or at least a non-bulky Calc, I should say. Okay, so Hatterene is gonna probably just go for... Oh, okay, so he's not gonna max here. I'm perfectly fine with this. He obviously did no damage. I think that I'm going to go for... So what would a switch into this Mon be? If you're anticipating an Iron Head, I think I'm gonna go for Play Rough. Because if Melmetal comes in, I do have a good switch into that still. Or I can even just click Earthquake. A Play Rough would cover the Como. If I kill Como off, this thing kind of goes in. So I'm just gonna click Play Rough. He doesn't kill me with any one hit anyway. And he's certainly in range of an Iron Head. So I'm just gonna click Play Rough. Let's hope. Come on, let's see it. John Jr. Okay, so that's a Melmetal. Not the end of the world. Should have clicked Earthquake. Not the end of the world, though. Maybe we can get an attack drop. Come on, attack drop. Damn, no attack drop. Okay. Well, so Play Rough did no damage. Copper Jaw did... Okay, so that's a really fat Melmetal. I'm pretty sure this might just be max Fizz Def Melmetal. With how little that did, that might honestly just be max Fizz Def. Oh shit, I hit Play Rough again. Fucking hell, okay. Well, that was definitely a misclick. Helped us at least scout for Thunder Punch. Okay. So you crit us there. Not the end of the world, but obviously that's unfortunate. We did a lot more than I actually thought the first time with Play Rough. I'm assuming he's not just max Fizz Def. However, because he's clicking Thunder Punch, I kind of have to sack. We did speed tie this. That's definitely unfortunate. I think he would have killed us with both, though. Okay, so a crit Thunder Punch. Yeah, this is lining up with, like, not banned. Okay. Alright, so I think that my play here is to go into... I mean, I could honestly just go into Charizard. Charizard's, like, really, really free here, but I don't want to do that just yet. He has no ground switching. How much does Memo do? You know what? He's probably Shuckleberry. That's probably what he is. Okay. I'm going to go into Keldeo here. And I'm going to click Rest. Even if it stays in and clicks T-Punch, it's perfectly fine because of the fact that I do have Helmet Chip that'll go off. If this thing is AV, he might honestly stay in and go for that. So I'm going to click Rest here. Okay. So, going for the T-Punch was really good for him. Okay. And this mod is, like, kind of broken, I'm not gonna lie. But, yeah, so he probably just goes hard into Hatterene again. I think Hatterene still is a really good switch in. Oh, shit, he stays in. Okay. So he does stay in and click T-Punch. There's no way that he clicked anything else. So... we'll take that. That's guaranteed 2 turns of Helmet Chip. If he's not banned, then maybe even 3. Okay, so that might have been a roll? I'm gonna click Sleep Talk here. We'll take just killing us off, obviously. But, I think I would actually have rather sacked, I'm gonna be honest, because Como does come in for free. We have no hazards up, so Como doesn't have a rock move. Maybe Zard can beat it? Well, you know what? Alcremie can just come in. There's no way he's killing Alcremie, like, flat out Oko. Okay. So we're gonna go for Sleep Talk here. Come on, get rest. Get rest. Rest would probably be really nice. He goes for Scald. Okay, not a big deal. We're gonna probably kill this off. Nope, that is definitely Assault Vest. And he's actually just letting us kill this. Okay. Oh, you know what? He wanted to kill himself off. Okay, well played. That's definitely what he's going for. Okay, so Melmetal is gone. That is huge for us. Okay, so now that we don't have to worry about Melmetal, all that we have left is the Hatterene and the Como that really scare the team. Blastoise is probably going to be fine in all honesty, but maybe he's going hard Blastoise to set up. Ooh. He has a Kelly here. That is the Helios. Okay. We're going to sack. We're going to sack. He's probably going to click Thunderbolt, which is fine. We can figure out the item on this thing, which is really helpful for us. He is for Hyper Voice. Okay. Still fine. Okay. So, Kelio is dead. Heliolisp 1-0. Okay. It has Hyper Voice. Okay, so I'm definitely going to go into Alcremie here. Because no matter what this thing clicks, I can go for a Mystical Fire on this. Mystical Fire should pressure everything that wants to come in, actually. So, yeah, we're going to just click that. If he has, like, specs, this will at least help me manage it better. We can definitely figure out from Calyx just how offensive this thing is. Okay. So even a spec set peaks at 45, so at the -1, it's going to do actually no damage. Well, I guess 47 at level 50. He's definitely timid, at least. He's definitely timid, because he would need to creep Hydra. I know that Josh would respect that speed creep. So this is really good. He's gonna go for Hyper Voice here. That's gonna do... Oh shit, okay, that's no damage. That is legitimately 0 damage. Okay, so this is -1 now. I'm going to go for a... I think I'm gonna go for another. Same time though, I don't know if I wanna... I think that I'm gonna click... Recover. I'm gonna click Recover. I'd rather keep myself at full. I don't want Como coming in and jabbing me if it's Roselli for some reason, or like a Sash Como, because I don't want my hazards up. And this Mon is actually able to just win at this point, so I really do not want to let that happen. I'm just gonna click Recover. Man, this is going just like my mock earlier. Alcremie could actually just win the game. Mio comes in perfectly fine. I'm so glad I clicked Recover there. Though, to be fair, Mystical Fire would have still been a really good click, because I could have lowered this thing's special attack. It has no recovery guaranteed unless it's clicking Rest. So I'm just going to click Mystical Fire. Not like I have a better switching. His best button, I guess, would be like Mindstorm, just to set up terrain at least. But even then, it's not going to be great. We're still going to chew whatever hit he goes for. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna Mindstorm this. Mindstorm should be really free. Not Mindstorm. We're gonna go for Mystical Fire. He's gonna probably Mindstorm us though, because we don't have a switch in other than Hydra. But to be fair, Smite would GMAX Smite would still do a fair bit, and obviously the confusion chance would help, but his damage output would be so much less just not getting that Psychic Terrain up. So I feel like there's no chance in hell that he goes for it. Okay, so this thing is obviously lowered. Mystical Fire is going to go off. It's going to do no damage. It's perfectly fine. We just need to help 1v1 this thing better. So yep, Max Mindstorm. Okay, so that's definitely a Psychic move. We don't know which one, but it is definitely a Psychic move. And as we can see, we chewed it. Okay, so... Let me see. So, Hatterene... -1. Side kick and side shock. They would both do the same. Okay, so we can't even tell really what one it was. I'm gonna go for another Mystical Fire though because the terrain is up, so I do need to obviously keep this thing a bit more in check. So another special attack drop, of course, that's going to help a lot. G-Max Smite, so that's definitely off a Gleam. He's going for Confusion Chance, 100%. Perfectly fine with this. Okay, so we get the leftovers back, and there's only one more turn of this, so it's already huge for us. I'm gonna click Recover here in the off chance that we hit ourselves in Confusion, because I would rather keep ourselves healthy. Obviously, if we hit ourselves, then we're really low, but it's more so just the fact that I don't want something coming in. Oh, I guess I could have attacked, but I really don't. I don't want to risk. Okay, so he's already switching out. Perfectly fine. He's probably gonna go hard into Helio. Yep. Okay, so Helio comes in. I would say Helio or Blastoise would probably come in, so makes sense. This came in. Okay, so even a spec set shouldn't do enough as long as we can. We just need to recover. Okay. So I just need to recover up. Volt Switch, okay. Please do not hit yourself, Alchemy. If we can get this recover up, that is huge. I just need the recovery. Otherwise, like, Como could honestly just start clicking buttons, and that's very bad. Mio, okay, so Alchemy comes back in. He's actually just letting me recover, because now I have 2 chances to recover. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, so thank God. Alright, so looking at the Hatterene, Psyshock would still, Psyshock with Terrain up could actually do a lot. So I'm gonna definitely go for a Mystical Fire here. Even at the -1, it could nearly kill us. In fact, with the non-1, okay, thank God we snapped out of Confusion there. Okay. So even with the -1, he's still doing around 60. So we're gonna probably need to go for it again. Dazzling Gleam, okay. So I'll take that, because Gleam doesn't do enough, because it's not terrain boosted, and it's also not going to be going for our weak defense stat. So it's like terrain is now gone, so Josh actually lost his opportunity to take advantage of this. I'm just gonna click Mystical Fire again, because I lose nothing doing it. I could honestly Encore, but I don't really feel like doing that. It just doesn't really feel that necessary. Oh, actually, I couldn't even Encore. It's Magic Rounds, so I couldn't even do that. I sound probably really stupid right there. Regardless, though, this is really good for us, because him going for Dazzling Gleam means that he wasted his last turn of terrain. I'm assuming that was definitely a misclick, because Josh would have always been doing more with the psychic damage. Regardless, though, Alchemy honestly kind of just sits on Josh right now. He really can't break it, so I'll definitely take that. Okay. We got a crit there. It really didn't matter in all honesty. I could always just Gleam and kill it even after the crit. He does have Psyshock. Okay. That's fine. Alright. So I'm going to just go for a Recover here. I kind of want to keep this thing as full as possible. And at -2 is really not doing enough. So I'll definitely take that. I would have to crit Psyshock me to even do any real damage, and even then it's only peaking around 60 because there's no terrain. So I could just click Recover again if it crits me. Okay, so Psyshock goes off. Should do around like 30. Yeah, I would say, so that was like around 30%. Okay, so now we get 2 turns leftovers. I'm going to Gleam because at this point it's going to die and I lose nothing clicking Gleam. So we're just gonna click Gleam here. And Alchemy is going to get another kill. So Goatmon, I fucking love this thing. Hatterene, 0-1. Alchemy is coming in for tea time. So we'll take that. Shoutouts to MUGI. MUGI strong. MUGI strong. That'll be a thumbnail. Okay, so it's just the Como, the Heliolisk, and the Blastoise left. I should be able to actually beat all of those. Okay, so Blastoise is in. We are pretty much at full. I'm going to click Encore here. If this thing Shell Smashes on me, I should be able to beat it 1v1. If it does not Shell Smash on me, that's fine. I take any hit. No matter what hit it goes for, I take it. So I'm going to click Encore here. This is my way to not get fucked by this mon. Yes! Okay, perfect. This is Mental Herb Blastoise. I will forfeit the game right now. I promise you, Josh, I will forfeit the game right now if it's Mental Herb. Okay, so it's White Herb. Alright. Thank fuck. Okay, see, that's a game. Because Josh officially has no switch-ins to my Dazzling Gleam. That'll last 5 turns if he decides to stay in, and he's gonna just drop his Spit F as he does it. So yeah, no, that's game. Alchemy is coming in and just clicking buttons at this point. So thank fuck for Ben. I would not have thought to bring Encore Alchemy this game, to be honest. Thank fuck Ben was my savior. Ben is going to carry me to an API title if I can win out these next 2 weeks. So shoutouts to Ben for that beautiful moment. I should have. Oh look, Josh! I just realized Josh is the blue shirt. Because of my other texture mod. I don't know how I just noticed that like 20 minutes in, but I just did. Okay, so Shell Smash again. Yeah, Josh just decided to just sack this. Perfectly fine. That honestly makes sense. There's no chance in hell this thing lives through Encores long enough. So we should be pretty safe. Because here's the -1 Spit F hit, and we're already doing... Yeah, okay, so when he goes to the second one, we're killing. And then we're going to be at full for when Como wants to come in, which we can just Gleam it. And at worst comes to worst, we come in and click Ice Shard. Then because there are no rocks up, Zard gets a free max flare on Heliolisk if it really came to it. Also Hydra could definitely take a hit as well, because there's no way that there's just no coverage from a choice Heliolisk that would do enough to all my team. So even in a worst comes to worst, we still have options. I know probably jinxing myself, but I would feel pretty confident saying we've won the game at this point. Which means that Josh is also reading manga, so we'll take that. Go team, MUGI strong. Okay, so Kelly comes in, perfectly fine. I'm gonna click Mystical Fire here. Because just to help take it better, I guess, we're gonna click Mystical Fire and then go for Gleam spam. Because a crit hit could be bad. Like a crit there could have been bad. Now at this point, we're pretty safe. I mean, he's gonna definitely live any one Gleam. So I can click Recover on the next turn. Well, I can click Recover after I Gleam once, and then Gleam again. Getting that special attack drop, though, means that at the very least, even for that last one crit, I would have been fine to recover up. So that's really good for us. That's the crit. So, yep. As we can see, though, even if the crit... Oh, okay. Well, I crit him back. That's honestly probably bad for me, if anything, because Como could probably just jab. Zard, to be fair, does come in and just kills, but just the fact that I have to now do that, it sucks, because Alchemy could have gotten another kill. Okay, so 4 kills for Alchemy. Tea time. Oh, I forgot Josh named this after me. Oh, I'll have to kill it. That's really sad. But I kind of do. I need the differential. Sorry, Josh. Rock Tomb. Okay, yep. Understandable. Well, on the bright side, if that's his best way to hit me, he can't even kill me with another one, which is great. And yep, okay, so that just kills regardless. Alright. Alchemy got 5 kills this week. Who would have thought? Well, I'll take that. We won the game 4-0. Beautiful win. Next week we take on the Pokemon MD himself, certified PhD in draft Pokemon and ladder Pokemon. So it'll be fun taking down a doctor. Make sure to wash your hands, guys. Corona and doctors also recommend washing your hands. So if you guys enjoy, leave a like down below. We'll take on the doctor next week. Until then, peace out, guys.